This is Mr. Schneider. Mr. Schneider is an architect and he has been asked to design an office building for Mrs. Müller. Because environmental protection is very important to Mrs. Müller, she wants her building to receive a sustainability certificate. But how does Mr. Schneider know which construction materials are sustainable? There are currently many eco-labels for construction materials. These can be divided into 3 types. Type 1 works as follows. An environmental body evaluates the characteristics of a product, and if it finds that the product is more environmentally friendly than comparable products, it receives a Type 1 label. With a Type 2 label, the manufacturer evaluates his own product. With this label, the manufacturer guarantees that his product satisfies certain self-defined requirements. However, Mr. Schneider remains unsure. Is an evaluation of individual building material characteristics sufficient for designing sustainable buildings? Here is an example. Only one construction material is needed for an igloo: snow. Snow is an environmentally friendly natural product and can be fully recycled. And because igloos are built by hand, they need practically zero energy. Snow as a construction material and the igloo building are therefore, from an ecological point of view, sustainable. This, however, is not always the case. If an igloo is to be built in the desert, the snow has to be transported across great distances. To prevent the igloo from melting, the snow would either have to be permanently cooled or replaced. All of this would require large amounts of energy. Environmentally friendly construction materials are therefore not a guarantee for sustainability. Construction materials are intermediate products. Their influence on the environment always depends on many factors. Construction materials only develop their environmental characteristics and properties once they are part of a building. Therefore, Type 1 and Type 2 labels are not sufficient for Mr. Schneider. For his decision, he needs complete and fully transparent information on all of the properties and environmental impacts of his construction materials. But where can Mr. Schneider find this information? This is where the Type 3 eco-label comes into play, the EPD. EPD is short for Environmental Product Declaration. Most EPDs in Germany are published by IBU, the Institut Bauen und Umwelt. But how does an EPD come into being? First of all, manufacturers of construction materials, experts and public bodies develop the so-called PCR, short for Product Category Rules. The PCR outlines and defines the requirements of an EPD and the data contained therein, based on the respective construction material group. The PCR enables manufacturers of construction materials to create an EPD for their product by determining the data in a life cycle assessment, as required by the PCR. Thus, the manufacturer can declare all of his product data, from production of raw materials right through to the end of building life. Finally, the IBU submits the EPD for verification by an independent third party. If everything is okay, the EPD is published by the IBU and is then available online to Mr. Schneider. Therefore, an EPD is not an evaluation of a construction material, but a source of clear information regarding its ingredients and environmental impacts throughout its entire life cycle. Furthermore, an EPD is based on international standards and is verified by independent examiners. With the help of these EPDs, Mr. Schneider is now able to select the right construction materials in order to plan a sustainable office building for Mrs. Müller. And because the necessary information is already available in the form of construction material EPDs, Mrs. Müller can now have her building certified. Focusing on details, seeing the big picture. With EPDs from IBU.